Jia Jia, from Mr. Miles Guo of NFSC's interpretation of the CCP's September 3rd military parade. After the Xi family took over the CCP regime, things were completely different. Now it's a system of co-governance by great powers. Beginning with the Shanghai Communiqué, the CCP agreed that it would not form alliances with other countries. But the promise of non-alignment ends with ASEAN, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO, and the BRICS. The CCP has gradually evolved and militarized its so-called Belt and Road Trade Initiative. I also mentioned the following in the Himalaya Alliance live broadcast on Saturday when Mr. Guo talked about why the SCO summit is important. A common CCP internal joke is that Pakistan and India are so respected by other nations, even major powers, because the CCP supports them with nuclear weapons. So, can such an arrangement still be called non-alignment? This is why Xi Jinping is trying to gang up with India, Pakistan, and of course Russia. They are completely in cahoots politically, economically, and in security, like an inseparable chain. As long as either Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin survives, the relationship will remain unbroken. It's now become a complete military alliance. The CCP have quietly grown, half crouching and half serving to survive, but now it is actively challenging the so-called military hegemony of the United States and Europe. The current situation is that the US is in first place and the CCP in second. Sometimes the CCP takes the lead. So, why is Xi Jinping doing this? Now, for the island chains, the first and second island chains no longer matter. Not only are they no longer linked, but the CCP are also going to the moon and into space. Xi Jinping doesn't need to use nuclear weapons, but he has secret quantum communications and pulse communication. They are equivalent to nuclear weapons. Mr. Guo now says the CCP also has aircraft development and military capabilities. After the military parade, many foreign media outlets have reported that Xi's CCP weapons are rubbish. However, Mr. Guo said these reports were simply Western propaganda. The truth is, the CCP's weapons are truly formidable. This is because of its so-called third plan, to steal and build, research and develop, and at the same time, to test and assemble. The Russia-Ukraine battlefield is the CCP's entire weapons laboratory. And now, the CCP hopes to provoke another war between Europe and Russia. This will allow the CCP to directly enter into more advanced testing. The CCP has now signaled to the United States and Europe, it's time to move on. I'm going to take Taiwan. Don't touch me. If you do, I'll destroy you. I have so many authoritarian allies, I can destroy you. We can also see the clear message to Japan. This is why Xi Jinping chose September 3rd as the date and theme for the military parade. He's been vigorously promoting anti-Japanese sentiment for months, stirring up national hatred. Why? Xi aims to deter Japan, and its purpose of deterring Japan is to take over Taiwan. Why? If Japan is afraid and doesn't intervene when she attacks Taiwan, the United States is very likely to stay out of a war in the Taiwan Strait. If that happens, Taiwan can be easily taken over. If Japan intervenes, the national hatred stirred up by the CCP could be used as a reason to attack Japan, even with the use of nuclear weapons. This is all possible. However, if the CCP attacks Taiwan, the US stock market will surely crash. Mr. Guo also told us that if the CCP attacks Taiwan, the BRICS will act. Its ultimate goal is to challenge the US dollar. If they attack Taiwan, the US stock market will surely crash, and the next step will be to target the US dollar, with the BRICS countries all coming together to defeat it. She promises the BRICS countries security, weapons, and a future because the US can do none of this. The US can only offer 4 years, or 8 at most. You can't be friends with them for long terms. You can only be friends with me. I'm here for generations to come. I have a daughter, and I have my daughter's daughter. Kim Jong-un's daughter also came. Some fellow fighters asked why Xi's daughter wasn't on the rostrum. Mr. Guo said, "Don't even think about it. She's definitely there. Even if she wasn't on the rostrum, someone associated with her was there. Kim Jong-un and Xi are family friends, a friendship that will last for generations." So, to summarize, this military parade marks a watershed moment in the world. The world is now in technology wars, AI wars, globalization, space wars, economic wars, ideological wars, religious wars, and energy wars. There's no longer a so-called Cold War or kinetic war. The most important thing includes biochemical weapons warfare. But even more powerful than nuclear weapons is economic warfare. After the September 3rd military parade, there will be a war between 10 countries, 10 powers. This means that warlords are rising up around the world, and 10 powers will be fighting each other. Who are these 10 powers? They are the United States, Russia, China, Europe, Brazil, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Japan, India, and very likely Canada as well. What will be the ultimate outcome of this war? The United States can win a narrow victory because it's already the dominant power. No matter what the circumstances are, the US is likely to win narrowly. The CCP can also win narrowly. Then, there will be 5 major powers: the US, China, Russia, Europe, and some small South American countries. These 5 powers share the globe, and the world's order will be altered. Now, the biggest challenges the US is facing are the US dollar and AI. Mr. Guo said that if the US loses again to the CCP, with the BRICS and SCO, there might not even be 5 major powers anymore. It's very likely there will be only 3: Communist China, Europe, and Brazil, representing a few poor South American countries. This military parade was incredibly dramatic, which is why Mr. Guo was so excited. Concentration of all power in one person means the possibility of sudden fracture. Now everyone wants Xi Jinping dead, whether within the party, the US, or Europe. Any righteous nation in the world will recognize and realize that the CCP poses an existential threat. But we, the new federal state of China, don't rely on the US or the West to destroy the CCP. But what we are doing can awaken the US and the West. In other words, the whistleblower movement is the only group that can reveal this to the world.